to About You, I'm Connie Hogan. Well, my guest today has a remarkable story that includes an international twist, as well as the ascension of women in medicine, and particularly the field of pediatrics. You may recognize Dr. Niru Prasad, who hosts a show on the station called Health Talks. In the show, she covers things from COVID response to how they're treating hepatitis C, to how we all can better ourselves with zinc. So we can never get too much information about our health, and particularly in today's world with so many changes every day. Welcome, Dr. Prasad.
Good afternoon, Connie. And first of all, I'd like to thank you for giving me an opportunity to be with you.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you know, I have good memories of the past also. We'll talk later on about this.
Right.
How long I knew you.
Right, we have so much in common because it's such a small world around here, right?
Exactly.
So we won't get into the gossipy stuff, although we could, but that would be more fun. But start out with when you were in India, and talk about how you landed in Michigan and everything.
Okay, so here is what happened, Connie. You know, I was born and raised in India, a small city. And ever since I was little, you know, my education, our parents paid a lot of emphasis on our education. We went to all the convent, you know, English studies and all that. And one of the little things when I was still a little girl, about 13, 14, is that next to our home, you know, there was an orphanage. It was an orphanage for blind and deaf school children.
Wow.
And every time we used to pass, you know, and those kids, they were so happy. As soon as, because they got used to seeing me, they would clap. And that's what motivated me.
Oh my goodness,
I said, how am I going to help these children? Back of my mind, it is stuck.
I hear you.
My father told me, the only way you can do that, if you become a doctor. And that thing is stuck.
Wow. Oh my
Later on, you know, went to the medical school, got married, you know.
Now, was your husband from your part of India?
Yeah.
Because he's a doctor too.
He's an orthopedic surgeon.
Right,
and we got married. You know, we were in the same batch of medical school. But those days, no dating. Our marriage was arranged by the family.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
No dating, even though in medical school, hey, and I'm not going to go
but
out
it worked.
with him.
It worked.
Yeah, fortunately.
Yeah.
By God's
You're probably
grace,
better off knowing. Better than match, right?
Right. We celebrated our 60th anniversary last year. So then, you know, we became a doctor in and then 1962 or 63, you know, we came to this country. That was a time, you know, that there was a Vietnam War going on.
Wow, yeah.
And they needed doctors from all over the world. And that's how we got plunged in.
Okay.
So we came to the Michigan, Detroit area. Both of us worked with the Detroit General Hospital, Children's Hospital.
Downtown Detroit.
Yeah, right. Finished residency. And after residency, I also finished my board in pediatrics. Had 4 children, supported them through all. But I always remembered that I'm supposed to help the community.
Right.
So later on, you know, when the little one went to the first grade, not even kindergarten, I got a job with a major hospital, Henry Ford Health System, later out St. Joe, and then Beaumont. And then what I did, I kept myself very active with the public relation department.
Oh, I bet you did, yes.
Right. If ever they need a help, I am there. And that's how, you know, I got to this field. And then later on, one of the cardiologists at St. Joe, he was retiring. He said he had a radio talk show, WPOM 1460. He said, would you like to take my show? I said, sure, why
Oh my goodness.
So I went to the radio talk show, you know, at WPOM. And I worked there until somebody at this TV station, that is 15 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And they needed somebody, you know, a medical.
You're one of the senior people here. I knew that you were in the show, and then I
Right,
knew
yeah.
you because I'd written an article about you when I was with Bloomfield Magazine.
Yeah, yeah.
And I remember we did all of that, and we know so many people
Yeah.
all across.
So
together.
then I took the opportunity, and since then, you know, I'm here.
Right.
And after that, you know, I had a passion in my mind how to help others, and then motivated myself, you know, which is the way I go, and that fixed me to a track to become a doctor, do volunteering in whichever way I can.
Now, talk a little bit. I saw this in your whole bio. The Michigan Bihar, is that what it's called? Is that your charity or a charity you belong to? My BIHAR, the charity
Yeah,
that you do.
yeah. I do a lot of volunteering work, you know, and try to donate whatever I can, you know, in person. I support UNICEF is the major one.
UNICEF. Then
yeah,
I was
UNICEF.
talk a lot about UNICEF.
Yeah,
That's your
yeah, yeah.
favorite.
I
mean,
do
of
that,
what you
yeah.
do. And it's tell us some about the great things they do and that you're involved in.
So what happened, Connie? You know, after I thought about this passion to write a book, so I can volunteer my services. I wrote my first book, and here is the one I just wanted to show you the picture.
Okay.
This was how
So that's the first one. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This was the first book, and this is the book
Okay,
I
so-
wrote, you know, when I was finishing my residency.
Okay.
And then
How to keep your child safe and healthy.
yeah, 0 to 2 years of age, and this book has all the preventive aspects, because with my background of pediatrics and emergency medicine, I see those kids when they were in my office, and the same kids in the night time, you know, they come to the emergency room.
Oh, really? Okay.
So that's how I wrote this book, and then I tried to sell them major bookstore. But then 9/11 hit.
Oh, 9/11. Okay.
Yeah, so
And
then
that
what
slowed it down,
decided,
yeah.
no, this was about 9/11, COVID came later.
Right.
So then what I did is, you know, I got my book online and made
Okay.
it like a good shower gift for those people who cannot afford to go.
That's a great helpful
Yeah,
gift,
and
right?
then the
News you can
donation-
use, right?
Right, and all the donation proceeds I got from sale of first book, I established a blind children foundation in the same area.
Oh, okay. That's
Same,
what I saw.
same,
Okay.
same is a place, you know, where
Where
I
you grew
used
up.
to.
Oh, my
so,
goodness. Yeah.
So I did that, and then fortunately one time, the Orphan Medical Network International at that time, you know, they got hold of me, and I invited them on my TV show, and through them, my book was circulated all over the world. I have got the copy of everything, books in Vietnam, books in China.
Oh, my goodness.
So she helped me so much, including the Mother Teresa Hospital in Calcutta.
Oh, my gosh.
The orphanage.
Wow.
And I always thank the president who took my book in person and donated it.
That's amazing.
So all the money, I'm still supporting them, the Blind School Children Foundation there, and also in the other part, you know, like a deaf orphans in Mumbai area
Oh,
and all
okay.
those.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All across, yeah.
So this was the president of Orphan Medical Network International. She nominated me for this Hall of Fame.
That's what I was just going to ask you. Yeah. So you were inducted.
Yeah,
into
I
that.
was inducted to Hall of Fame, and I still remember Frank Estella. I remember Mr. Dow.
So they were in that same
And that's
Hall
how
of
my
Fame.
path crossed
Okay.
with you, right?
Oh, my
in the
gosh. Who I
Hall
knew
of
very
Fame.
well.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the same year,
Right.
like Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was too sick to come, so her son came.
Oh, wow. That was 05.
Yeah,
okay.
so since then, you know, I have still been working, volunteering, and do whatever I can.
So talk about some of the current, I'm going to ask you as a doctor, What do you think are some of the most crucial things in our world? Of course, we know that COVID supposedly is making a comeback.
Yeah.
I can't say either way because I don't know.
Yeah.
But do you think, like, say, for example, like right now, should we start wearing masks again?
Well, it's very hard to tell whether we should or not, because the health services have also advanced so much,
They've advanced so much.
I'm a member of Academy of Pediatrics, Michigan Medical, Oakland Medical Society, and what I have been trying to do is, is just to focus my attention at writing articles on the current issues.
Right.
And as you know, the violent behavior, shooting.
Oh my gosh, I thought of it when I saw the
so
title.
I have
yeah,
shooting.
That is such
terrible. Yeah,
that's just incredible. I mean, I'm not an expert, but some of it. Do you think sometimes there's like their fallback position is, well, it was mental illness?
Yes, that is true. Yeah.
Because I just happened to be watching this. It was either Dateline or 2020 about a real life story that happened a few years ago in Wisconsin, where these girls there were 3 girls, they were friends.
Yeah.
And 2 of them, they didn't kill the other girl, but they completely stabbed her like 38 times or something. Yeah. And they blamed mental illness.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? It may be, but
mental health illnesses has become like a flu epidemic, right?
Well, it is.
Everybody, so much grant has been given, for the pediatrics department and all those.
It's pediatrics.
So this one, and plus another thing that is rising up is the drug overdose.
Well, right.
Yeah, the use of drugs, the fentanyl-laced drugs.
Oh, that's
and then I created a lot of preventive stuffs. I sent it to the magazine about the fentanyl-laced drugs.
Right.
Do you know still there is a lot they are using on the street? I just talked to some college students and even school students, and they are involved with all this thing,
And they all have, is it Narcan?
Right,
Narcan,
the
Narcan
Narcan, yeah, right. So in
they have that,
right, in spite of everything, it is still not under control.
Oh, it's not going to be. I mean, as long as the cartels and what's coming from China too, right?
Right. Oh,
fentanyl's from China.
Right. But then, a lot of it has to do with the social media.
Oh, all of it, in my opinion, is 99%.
Yes.
Because they can order, my understanding, at least they were a while ago, they could just order it as if it was, a new swimsuit or something, and have it sent from China. Nobody knows because it's small.
It's small.
And it's one tiny little lacing of it looks like candy, right? It looks like candy.
Right, yeah. So from my personal experience, Connie, we went to Cancun. We were there on the beach, and then while we were still in the lobby, the bus came. All these people from United States, high school, they came whole. And then, I said, oh my God, they are having fun. This was the spring break.
Okay.
The same evening, I saw them all sitting on the beach, and everybody had a little candy dish. Little one, with different kind of colored candies.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know what they were, and they were giggling, they were having, having fun. So I told my husband, I'm going to go pass through.
Oh no.
And when I reached there, I could see that those are the pills
right.
that has been laced,
Yes.
and because they are all high.
Oh my gosh.
And that was made me, write this other big articles about the fentanyl-laced drugs. It has been accepted by several newsletters.
Oh, okay. Awesome,
but I'm trying to put it through the journals. But as you know, it is not easy.
Right, right.
Everything
because there's a lot that's
for,
written about that too.
Yeah, it is hard for me because, right now I'm retired,
right,
semi-retired.
Yeah.
And I just don't have my office, I don't have all those.
You don't have the infrastructure.
Right, but I'm trying my best.
Good for you.
So drug cartels, that is a major problem these days, you know.
Oh, yeah, it
Among
has
the,
been, yeah.
especially among the children, among the adolescent is the drug problem, and of course, you know, violent activities.
It's crazy. I mean, it's just, I mean, when you see some of like I was describing that one story in Wisconsin that happened, you know, and there's so many. I mean, that show Intervention that's on A&E or whatever. Oh my God, when you see all of that, that is really crazy.
Yeah.
It is really, really crazy what's going on. It's right here across the road in Bloomfield School, I guess. I mean, I'm saying that.
Right,
I assume that. I don't hear that much about it, but maybe it's
because
maybe
people,
it's better.
you know,
Maybe they have some controls.
I
but-
interviewed a couple of students from school and
Oh, from Bloomfield?
colleges,
Okay,
yeah, and they are telling me, Dr. Prasad, we see that in the campus.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
the
you know-
students are getting themselves high with the drink. Alcohol is another big issue.
No, I can't throw
among-
mud at that. No, I'm kidding. It's not good.
It's not
But it's still
good,
not
but
as
we are
dangerous,
trying
though. It's
our
still not as
best.
dangerous, though.
Yeah,
Like
but
drinks are not as dangerous
we
as...
are trying our best. Schools have been very good at
Oh,
supporting.
for sure.
They
They're
do
doing
their
their
best.
best.
Colleges, do you know all the colleges have their own handouts, their own regulation,
sure.
guidelines. I was amazed. Each and every college in the United States, they have to show their data every year, how
wow,
many
wow.
were involved. That was amazing. This one I read in one of the Harvard
Oh, I'm sure.
Harvard
yeah.
school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, these kids, I mean, regardless, high school, college, or anybody for that matter, it's Russian roulette. Like you say, if they get something that's laced with fentanyl, or if it impacts them, because you can have two kids, I'm telling you this, but people who, you know, they take the same drug, it could actually be the same tablet, and one would die from it, and the other might not even. You just don't know.
That's good.
Because you look at the people that have died, and it's like the
why,
same batch, right?
That's why, you know, Narcan has become available in all the school, most of the school grounds, you know, with the sports. And
it's so scary because the police are even afraid, or the whoever, the EMTs, that it's one little particle can really kill them, right?
Yeah, Narcan has been a lifesaver.
It's been a lifesaver.
It has been. And recently, I looked at the CNN, I watched CNN. There has been high incidence of these drugs among senior citizens, elderly.
Right.
The reason being, you know, they are lonely. They are lonely. They like to, you know, keep
experiment with drugs, and a lot of them now, I mean, let's face it, they're the Vietnam generation, so they were using drugs anyway.
Senior citizens. So with that in mind, I remember when I was working at the emergency room, Henry Ford ER, end of the shift, this 84-year-old lady comes on a wheelchair, brought by her granddaughter, and she had a broken leg. So, you know, triage called me. I went and took care of her, and then she said, Doc, can you give me some medicine, headache? I said, of course I will. Show me what pills you take. She had a whole brown bag full of the medicine. She dumped it. She said, these are the sum of them. I don't know, Doc, which one is my blood pressure pill.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Fortunately, you know, I ran to the pharmacy, got all the medicine.
Oh, wow.
And gave her medicine, and I cannot forget her look. How she hugged and thanked me for doing all this, you know, just to take it to the pharmacy. And then I wrote this other article, brown bag syndrome.
Right,
I think I sent you
did,
one.
yes.
Yeah. Brown bag syndrome, that's among elderly.
But don't you think that there's a lot of over-medication, though?
Yes.
Because I know my grandmother, just what you're saying, though, she would take so much stuff, and I'm like, what if you just stopped taking everything?
I know.
And a lot of it, you know, whatever it was, blood pressure or whatever, arthritis.
Yeah.
There's so many meds for that.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, you know, you would think that at least kind of do cold turkey on some of it. I mean, It's not the equal of like,
Exactly,
fentanyl, but it's still, it can't be good. It can't be
Yes.
good, especially to
So
mix
this
all
is
those.
exactly what I did with her. I made a pile of her regular medicine for blood pressure, arthritis, and others. And the other thing, I put it in another bag, and I said, Ziploc bag, take it to your doctor and tell them to stop some of this.
I think the doctors, not you, but I mean, they used
Yeah,
to
they
just,
go to the
they
doctor.
just, would prescribe the stuff, and there was like no coordination. It's a miracle that more people didn't die of
Something
that.
for anxiety they give,
Right.
because cannot sleep. So here is the
Oh my
anxiety pills.
God. See, I don't take anything. I'm so
No, I
lucky
don't
that I
either,
don't, nothing. I
yeah.
mean, maybe vitamins, but I mean,
Vitamins,
it's like, and even
yeah.
with that, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like to talk about the awards you've had. You had the Blue Cross Blue Shield Angel Caring Award.
Yeah, that
Describe
was
that.
very, that was,
I've
I was
heard of
very
it.
lucky to get those awards. That was when I was still doing
Oh,
pediatric
okay.
residency,
Oh, okay.
emergency
Downtown. Okay.
medicine, and took care of. Then I got the award.
And
then,
you have the AMA, which is big.
yeah, AMA
award
physicians,
for
yeah,
top pediatrician.
yeah, right, yeah. I'm very lucky that my work is being recognized by everybody, all
Now,
around.
how long have you been retired? I know you've been at the station for 15 years, but how long have you been retired from? Were you at Beaumont last, or?
Yeah, from Beaumont I took the retirement many years ago, don't even remember.
Okay.
Henry Ford, last year I took the retirement because working in the pediatrics, it was getting too much for me.
Okay.
And then the COVID came.
Oh, okay.
But Henry Ford. St. Joe, I'm still on the staff, St. Joe, Oakland. But I don't have clinical privilege, but I
Okay.
still go there, for
Is that over in Farmington Hills? Was
Yeah,
that- or
no, the
West
one in
Bloomfield?
Pontiac.
Oh, Pontiac. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But I have been very lucky that I have been working with the automotive industries. I worked at General Motor, I worked at Ford Motor Company. That was with my emergency medicine background, not from pediatrics.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm boarded in both pediatrics and emergency medicine. And currently, I still work occasionally at the Chrysler, the
Really?
headquarters.
No kidding,
yeah.
up in Auburn Hills?
In their medical medical.
Okay, so you
duties.
actually go up there and you're one of their
Yeah,
doctors?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So our role is, to work in the medical department. If somebody is sick, they will bring and we'll take care of it.
Okay, because I know at GM we had a
Yeah.
staff. I didn't
I
know
know
him,
you, but yeah.
but I know that there was a whole staff of doctors and nurses that would be. They had to, because at a facilities, you never know what's going to happen.
That
you
is
know,
true. That
and it's
is
very
true.
important.
Yeah.
It's very, very. You can't just go and say you're going to grab some doctors from the hospital, because things can happen. Not every day. But things can happen, especially in the plant level. That's a whole
In the
different
plant
thing.
level,
That's
yeah,
huge,
yeah,
huge
yeah.
thing. So now you're doing the health talk at this station
Yeah.
once a week, or
Yeah,
once a
month.
month.
Yeah,
I mean once a month.
yeah. And basically, my time is spent being at home, taking care of my husband.
So he's
and
retired.
Yeah, he's
he was
also
an
retired
orthopedic.
orthopedic.
Yes.
And especially the grandkids, we have to.
You have 6 grandsons.
I have 8 grandkids, but my daughter, she was a district attorney.
Right.
But now she has her own office practice.
She has her own. Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know that.
her 2
I didn't know
kids,
that.
one of them just graduated from high school, went to Kelly Business School,
Okay.
and the other one is still there. So for me and my husband, this is like raising another family.
Oh, wow.
Besides our own 4 kids, who are all, now well accomplished in life.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then this is the second part.
So of your 4 kids, are any of them doctors? They're lawyers. I know the one's a lawyer.
No, I wanted them to become the doctor.
But they're not doctors.
No, they all graduated from country day school. They all went to Michigan University, and then oldest daughter went to UF Penn, Wharton. Second one went to University of Chicago. Third one, Emory Law School. And the fourth one also in a Michigan Law School. No doctor.
Oh, my goodness.
But my first grandson, just this year, he got accepted at Northwestern Medical School.
Oh, so you are going to have one coming up.
So I told him, I said, you're going to keep our tradition.
That's great.
Being a
They're still
doctor.
very accomplished, even in the legal field.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
Because I remember your daughter, I think maybe it was your daughter that I did the article on, and you were at an event.
Yeah.
I think that was right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so the Oakland University Provost presented you an award for Oakland, something you were honored in Oakland University.
Yeah,
too.
Oakland Medical Society.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I was lucky to receive an award from them last year for the volunteering and the community outreach. I think I sent you the copy.
You did.
Must have.
Now, you've also been, I noticed this on some of your info, that you had been involved with autism, which would be
Autism,
related.
yeah,
Talk a
yeah.
little bit about, because that's such a
See,
timely
Yeah.
issue
See what
too.
happened, autism is spectrum disorder, as you know. It is so prevalent.
It is,
Before
yeah.
they did not recognize it, but now it is
Right.
being. So what I did is, we established autism childhood center in the city where I went to
Right, I
medical
saw
school.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so and then we try to find the ways, because people are not rich there,
Right.
what are the tools we can educate them to detect an earlier age group. So right now I have been doing some research on the brain function of the babies who later on become autistic.
Really?
That's what
Okay.
I'm right now I'm doing. Hopefully I should be able to this will be a very nice article to be published in journals.
Great.
Autistic
That's amazing.
disorder.
Yeah, it's amazing to know how many people, like in the past, who probably were never diagnosed as autistic.
Exactly,
right?
never, right, yeah.
And I know there's a lot of, I won't even get into it, but a friend of mine who I won't say, but was with Henry Ford.
Yeah.
And Haas is a doctor, but had a son who, and this is a whole big discussion, thought that it was caused by the vaccines. Not COVID, but
Not
way
COVID,
back,
okay.
like regular vaccines. So
Oh.
I don't know, I can't say, but who knows? I know that there's a lot of
Who knows, yeah.
craziness about it.
Yeah.
So we're going to be running out of time, and I just want to know if you want to say anything more to our audience. And I know
all
you're
I have
usual.
to say, like the second book that I published, I included all the chapters from preschool, school, kinder, towards the high school graduation. And I also added about the COVID chapters.
Okay.
I added chapter about the violent
Got it.
behavior. And,
The violent
and what
behavior.
the last minute key I have for all our people, especially the student, is to have a passion, what you want to do. You don't have to be a doctor, you can
Right.
be anything. Motivate yourself and act accordingly. Stay focused.
And it's like, I'll just
Stay
say,
focused.
Donald Trump says, if you have a job you love, you never work a day in your life.
Exactly.
Isn't that great? Well, Dr. Prasad, thank you so much. This
I
has
am
been
so
amazing. You
happy,
did such a
yes.
great job. And thank you for watching, and thank you for tuning in to About You.